think the most challenging experiences for most of us are when self-doubt is right down to the core of, it's not only a belief of personal badness, but it's like, I feel bad. It's very visceral. And so often when we try to offer compassion towards ourselves, there's a sense that there's really no one home to offer it. It's almost like we're just too regressed, too tight, too small to offer self-compassion. So I want to reiterate that in the reign of self-compassion, recognizing, allowing, investigating, and then nourishing, it can be very important to call on wherever we sense a source of that loving to be. Because it's not going to feel like it's posited in the small self. Ultimately, that love is our very nature. But because we're tight and contracted and separate, we don't feel it here. So then, wherever we can turn towards and call on, for this man it was sensing God's love and then sensing his own love, we do that. I'll read you a poem that I found really points to this. And it's called She Dreamed of Cows by Nora Pollard. I knew a woman who washed her hair and bathed her body and put on the nightgown she had worn as a bride and lay down with a 38 in her right hand. Before she did the thing, she went over her life. She started at the beginning and recalled everything, all the shame, sorrow, regret, and loss. This took a long time into the night, a long time crying out in rage and grief and disbelief until sleep captured her and bore her down. She dreamed of a green pasture and a green oak tree. She dreamed of cows. She dreamed she stood under the tree and the brown and white cows came slowly up from the pond and stood near her. Some butted her gently, and they licked her bare arms with their great, coarse, drooling tongues. Their eyes, wet as shining water, regarded her. They came closer and began to press their warm flanks against her. And as they pressed, an almost unendurable joy came over her and lifted her like a warm wind, and she could fly. She flew over the tree, and she flew over the field, and she flew with the cows. When the woman woke, she rose and went to the mirror. She looked a long time at her living self. Then she went down to the kitchen, which the sun had made all yellow, and she made tea. She drank it at the table slowly, all the while touching her arms where the cows had licked. So the reign of self-compassion means that we make that U-turn from that trance where we're at war with ourself. The self is always an object. We make that U-turn where we stop the behaviors that come out of trance and we bring attention right here to where the rawness and the pain is. And we recognize it and we allow it. And we investigate it, and we bring a nourishing attention.